important to them? What are they, the way I kind of word that question is, what are they married to? So what I mean by that, hey everyone, this is Otis Collier here, and today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic that most trainers have struggled in, particularly in the beginning, is basically identifying their ideal client. Now, why is this important? It's very important, particularly retaining to client retention, is because if you're training your ideal client, you're able to connect with them, you're able to understand with them, and the likelihood of you keeping them is higher. So I don't know about you, but when I was in the beginning, I used to take any client. So any client, it doesn't matter, old, young, athlete, rehab, pregnancy, it didn't matter. I would just need anyone to get underneath my belt so I can kind of get experience. And this is kind of the route I would suggest anyone that's brand new, has never trained anyone, you should try to get as much people underneath your belt as possible so you can kind of help tease out who you like, who you don't like, who you connect with, and stuff of that nature. So you in the beginning, like the first 6 months, maybe even a year, you should just train. It doesn't matter, your friend, your uncle, whoever, you should just train people to kind of get like a rhythm and a base of what you want. So this is really for the people that have some type of experience, at least 6 months of experience, to help tease out who's your ideal client so you can help target them. Okay, so this is important of finding your ideal client because it will decrease your turnover rate and it will decrease your stress level, more importantly. If you're training someone that you do not connect with or you do not enjoy training them, they're going to know. You're going to know, they're going to know. It's going to be very stressful. It's going to feel like task work versus passion and fun. It should feel like fun when you train them. It should feel like a nice challenge versus, oh man, I gotta train this client at 6 o'clock. It's one of the worst feelings that you want to have, and you don't want that, right? The clients can see it. If you're ever in that situation, just refer out. Just give it to someone else. It's okay to refer out. I mean, it's temporary, less money in your pocket, that's fine, but it's less stress, and what it will do is it will keep your reputation high, because if you have a client that you want to train, you're not gonna give your best. If you don't give your best, now your reputation is dropping of being a mediocre trainer, and that's not what you want to do. And also, it's good to have an ideal client because now you can kind of zoom in on a niche. You know what I mean? You can focus on certain things. So, for example, for me, in the beginning, I used to have everyone, then I started focusing more on rehabilitation because of my injuries. I've had over 3 surgeries in my life before the age of 17. That's another story. So I do rehabilitation. So I used to focus on that. I'm trying to basically thinking, how can I get people to stay in the gym or stay doing what they want to do? Give them that freedom of doing what they want to do. So that's what kind of brought me into rehabilitation. I do even other stuff pre-pregnancy. I did that. I did some athletes and stuff like that. Like any other trainer, I kind of touched on everything. Now I kind of narrowed down to rehab, particularly the older population, my seasoned population. They're not old, they're just aging. So that is where my niche is at. That's where my ideal client is at. Anywhere between 50 and I want to say 90. I have clients older than that, but 50 and 90, anywhere in that's just trying to maintain health and age gracefully. So that's my ideal client. So we're here, but it's not about here to help you find your ideal client. So here's a couple of things you need to ask yourself of once you're trying to find your ideal client. Who do you help? So if you're in the beginning, you help everyone, yes. But let's really make that, who are you currently helping? Who is the majority of your clients? So if you have a pick, then I'll give you the second version. But in the beginning, you need to know who you're helping. Because typically, if you're only helping a certain amount of population, that's usually your ideal client. Either whether you like it or not right now, that's your ideal client. If you have a chance to pick, like, hey, you have the luxury and the position to pick who you want, then you say, who do you enjoy helping? Who do you stay up at night thinking about, I can't wait to train tomorrow, I got this, and this. Or man, I've been thinking about this person's XYZ issue. So I looked up this article, I did this certification based off of this because I'm running into that. So who do you help, right? You need to figure that out. Once you figure that out, that's like half of it. Because now once you know, when you go in the gym, you know who you're targeting. You're not just randomly targeting anyone. You know who you're targeting. You're targeting moms, new moms that just gave birth within 6 months and they're trying to drop 5 pounds with a busy schedule. That's very specific, but you know who you're targeting. I mean, you can mingle with everyone, but you know who you're targeting. You understand who your ideal client. But yeah, the second question is, how much do you know about them? So let's go with the example of the moms. Yes, you know if they're a new mom and they're a busy working mom, you know their schedule is tight. You know they don't have time. You know they're not sleeping good because they just have a new baby. They're not sleeping good. They might be skipping meals. They might be self-neglecting, stuff like that. They might have incontinent issues. They might have all types of different things, all right? There are many different things in that field that if you understand it, you're able to empathize with them and you're able to put in support systems for them. So when they do have these issues, you can relate to them and you can already have a solution for the problem that they don't even know they have yet. So that's key. If you can have solutions for problems they don't even know they have yet, that you are the expert, they are going to confide to you 100 out of 100 times. That's just how it works. So, how much do you know about them? That's the second question. The third question is, what do they want? What are they asking for? What are their goals? Okay? What are their complaints? What are they trying to achieve? All these different variations is basically finding out what's their goals. What is their point B? Okay? They know their point A. Most people understand point B, they don't understand point A. I'll give you another video of how to determine point A, point B, but for right now, what is their point B? Okay? What are they trying to get to? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Excuse me, you have to know that. Once you know that, you know how to navigate them, and you can work backwards from their point A to get them to their point B. So what do they want? Okay. Another question is, what's important to them? What are they, the way I kind of word that question is, what are they married to? So what I mean by that is we all have things that we're married to. So, and let's take the same example of the mom. You say, okay, what are you not willing to give up? She's like, I am not willing to give up dark chocolate or my wine because when these kids stress me out, it's the way I help decompress at the end of the day. Or this is my way of decompressing. This is my way to give the antioxidant. It's really good. I like wine. I'm not giving it up. Or I'm not waking up before 9 o'clock no matter what. Period. So you find out what's important to them. You find out what are they married to, what's important to them, what are they willing to compromise, and then you can kind of negotiate that, because this is a negotiating thing. This is not a dictatorship. This is a side-by-side coaching thing. Okay? Next one is, what's their common complaints or hurdles? What are they always enduring? For the same mom example, time, energy, all of that, motivation, depression. That's a whole can of worms. But any of these things, what are their common hurdles? What's the common hurdle for your ideal client? So if it's a fat loss person, it could be breaking their diet when they're going on birthday parties. If it's a muscle gain thing, it's that they're just under eating. They just don't know that they need to eat another 1,000 calories to get it. I mean, it could be anything. It could be feel good things, like they need some kind of tangible thing to always feel good. Some type of tangible thing to measure how well they feel. It depending on your ideal client in each situation, you need to know what's their common hurdles. Once you know their common hurdles, you always have the solution. Okay. And the last one is what they do for work. I like this because it dictates habits. So if you're like, go with the mom thing again, if you are a mom but you are a partner at a law firm, you understand that they're going to be late nights. Sleeping is going to be certain cases that sleeping is not going to be nice. They're just not going to do it. If they are an accountant, you understand tax season, you're never going to see them. Forget talking about, go to sleep at 8 o'clock for an accountant. During tax season, it's never going to happen. They're putting in 60 to 80 hours a week. It's just not going to happen. If you're dealing with flight attendants, understanding that the circadian rhythm is going to be off. They're not going to really have that luxury of eating on in rhythm and all that, or going to work out in rhythm, they might be on a different time zone, and their body have went through different time zone. They need to sleep for 17 hours. I mean, so you have to understand, what do they do for work? Are they sedentary? Are they active? I mean, do they do construction? Do they sit at the desk all day? I mean, what do you do? I mean, I need to know what you do so I know how to keep you doing what you do successfully, all right? Because if you work with your hands, if you're a physical therapist, for example, and I suggest you do some jujitsu kind of thing with your hands, you grab in, and I break your hand, now you can't do what you do because of this crazy thing I suggest you to do, or you sprain your finger. That's more thing. Let's say you sprain your thumb and you out for 10 days. Now you can't do what you do because now you need your hands because you're a therapist. So understand what they do can help you put them in a better position to continue doing what they do while still trying to get their fitness goals. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So these are some of the questions that you should ask yourself to help determine how to find your ideal client. So I do have like a little worksheet. So what I want you to do, if you need to, contact me, DM me, or reach out to me, and I will send you like a format of how to tease this out so you can find like your elevator pitch or your UPS. I'll explain in another video what UPS is, but you need your UPS, you need your elevator pitch to understand your ideal client, okay? So this is Otis here. If I see you again, I see you again, okay? Leave comments below. Let me know how you think about the thing. And let me know who's your ideal client. Who do you enjoy training? For me, like I said, personally, I like training the seniors, okay? They're so much fun, and I really enjoy training the seniors. So who do you enjoy, okay? Leave it in the comments, okay? Till next time.